Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this video today I bring you a simple fruitcake recipe that you can do at home. This cake was so delicious, it was so soft, so spongy. I loved it so much, and it's a spicy fruitcake recipe. I hope you try this recipe and I hope you like it. If you're new here, karibu sana, welcome to my channel, and kindly consider subscribing because I bring simple recipes that you're going to enjoy. And let's get started. So going over the ingredients, you will need sugar, vanilla essence, baking powder, all-purpose flour, eggs and margarine. Also, the ingredients and their quantities will be listed on the description box, so be sure to check that out. Since it's a fruit cake, I will be using cherries, the red ones. You can mix with the green ones if you've got them at hand. Then I have that cake mix that has sultanas and raisins. For the spices, I used cardamon spice. I also used cinnamon, and this is afia juice, mixed fruit for soaking the fruits. And let me show you how to soak the fruits. Just take the cake mix that you've got, the dry fruits. Then we are going to use 2 tablespoons, and you can see these fruits are so dry. That's why we need to soak them so that they do not sink at the bottom of the cake when baking. And I used 2 tablespoons of this cake mix. Add into a bowl. And now this is where the juice comes in, and we are going to soak the fruits with this afia juice. Just add it until it covers all the dry fruits, and then you're going to give that a good mix and set it aside as you prepare the other ingredients. So the first step is to start creaming margarine and sugar. Start by first mixing them with a spatula, and then after that now go in with a hand mixer. But if you do not have a hand mixer, you can use a spatula to do the entire process, or even a whisk. It works as well. And after mixing the sugar and the margarine until the mixture is fluffy and whitish, now start adding the eggs one by one, and also add vanilla essence at this point. And like you've seen in other videos, the eggs are usually added one at a time. And then after adding each egg, be sure to beat very well. Then add the next egg. And the last egg. And then you're going to give this mixture a very good mix. Then start adding the dry ingredients, sift flour and baking powder. And the idea is to get rid of any dirt or any lumps in the all-purpose flour, and to also aerate the ingredients. And after sifting, now go in with a spatula to mix everything together. And for this cake also, I added a 1/4 cup of milk. Then continue mixing until everything is very well mixed and the mixture is looking great. Remember to scrape the sides as you go. And after mixing everything together, I just like to go back in with a hand mixer just to make sure that the mixture is soft and the butter is very well mixed. And then now, after making the butter, you can see the fruits are soaked in the juice. Just drain the excess juice, and then I will be telling you what next to do with the dry fruits. And then now take the cherries. I used 8 of them. And then cut them into small pieces. Like I said, if you've got the green and the red cherries, mix them at this point. So cut them into small pieces like shown on the video. And after cutting everything, now mix the dry fruits with the cherries. And since the dry fruits have absorbed some moisture, now it's time to coat them with flour. Just take some amount of all-purpose flour, then pour onto the dry fruits, giving that a good mix, just tossing them to ensure that they are covered in flour. And this helps to the fruits to remain in place when baking the cake so that they do not sink at the bottom of the cake. And you can see that I have coated mine with all-purpose flour. And now it's time to add the spices, and I used 1 teaspoon of cardamom spice and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon spice. Then you are going to give this mixture a very good mix. Also guys, if you have nutmeg at hand, nutmeg spice, you can add it in here. Then give that a good mix. And this fruit cake is usually so delicious. I love it so much. And you can see that the spices are now very well mixed into the cake batter. Now add the fruits that you have coated with flour, and then give that another good mix. And this cake batter is very heavy, so do not bake it at very high temperature. I prefer to bake my cakes at low temperature and they cook for long. And then after making that, the cake batter is ready. Just transfer it to a baking tin that has been prepared. Add the cake batter, and then you're going to spread it evenly. And after spreading, now tap it on a table, on a surface, just to get rid of any air bubbles. And I baked mine at 150 degrees Celsius for 55 minutes. And after 55 minutes, the cake was ready, but I did not remove it from the mold immediately. So at this point here, like you see, it was not hot, so I could remove it easily. And oh, you guys, this cake was so delicious. I loved it so much. The family loved it, my friends loved it. We feasted on this cake, I tell you guys. And if you try this recipe, you're going to come back here and tell me how it was. You're going to love it. It is so delicious. It has become my favorite cake of late, and I make it so often. And so let's cut the cake just to see how it is on the inside. You can see it's well cooked, golden brown on the outside. Inside it's fluffy. The cakes did not sink at the bottom. And that's it guys. The cake was so delicious. I hope you try it out, you guys.